y'all, I'm Laura Richardson with Relevate. We are Real Estate Elevated, and today's episode of I'm Moving to North Carolina, Now What is a shorts edition. So we've previously tackled what to do when you're listing your home, but now we're going to flip the tables and talk about the buy side. So here are a couple of costly mistakes we see buyers make in this market. The first one is not verifying comps. So comps are comparable properties, meaning you have your subject property, the one you want to buy, and then comparing it to similar properties in the neighborhood. Always be cognizant of neighborhood movement versus properties that an appraiser is potentially going to pull to evaluate your home. That value is going to become really crucial when it comes to lending. So if you're going to walk into an appraisal gap, you want to be aware of that. The other thing is you want to make sure you're not paying over. I would love to say that every listing is appropriately priced, but in the market that we've been in, we've often seen homes being priced too high. So you want to make sure you're not going in more than you need to. The second one is not reviewing HOA costs or any other related fees, or making the assumption that something conveys that doesn't. You want to make sure that all of the costs that are associated with the property are actually trusted, verified, and not just assumed. Sometimes we can see where people will write in the microwave will convey, and unfortunately, unless it's written into the contract, that's something that you're going to be purchasing on the back end. Another one is underestimating any types of updates or repair costs. If you have access to a vendor that can give you a quick evaluation or a quote or even just a ballpark frame, it might be good to ask those questions in advance. You might think it's going to be super easy to add in that dog washing station that you need in the garage, but unfortunately there may not be any plumbing anywhere close to any of the walls that you would install that station. So you either don't get it or it becomes a very costly project. So make sure that you're actually getting proof in the pudding and that you're not making any assumptions. Speaking of assumptions is underestimating when big systems are going to fail. Guys, I hate this, but Murphy's Law does come into play when you buy a home, meaning that something that wasn't supposed to fail all of a sudden does as soon as you close on the house. So always be aware of how old all the things are, whether it's your roof, your HVAC, your water heater, or anything else. You want to make sure if there is some original stuff to the home, what condition is it in? And then the last one is not reviewing insurance costs. Always reach out to your home insurance provider and double check that this home isn't going to run into any snags. There are certain things like flood insurance, for example, that might be required with that property. That's an added cost that could actually affect that monthly budget, and it's something that you want to know before you get locked into a contract. So I'm Laura Richardson with Relevate, and these have been costly mistakes to avoid as a buyer.
All right, y'all, thank you for joining us today. Be sure to like, share, and follow us on Instagram as well as YouTube. We're also on Apple Podcasts. Again, I'm Laura Richardson with Relevate.